Magandang hapon mga kababayan, kayo po ay nanonood ng kauna-unahan at kaisa-isang pang-araw-araw na produksyon para sa ating mga kababayan dito sa Amerika. My name is Janelle Sawyer, kababayan in Los Angeles. And let me just tell you that the story that you will hear today is a story of beauty, courage, love, hope. And it's a story that's very, very selfless because despite what our guest has been through, she is here in front of us to talk to us about her experiences, not for herself, but also for us to be aware of what's going on and so that it may be prevented from happening to other people. Karen Crespo used to be a nurse, not anymore for now.
Well, for now, yeah. Still licensed.
Still licensed.
Yes.
And her life changed one morning or afternoon in December of
2011, December 9th exactly, of 2011.
December 9th of 2011,
yes,
just a few years ago. Tell us what happened.
So I was working as a nurse, like you said, at a prestigious hospital here in Los Angeles. And one day, first symptom I felt, my lower back was hurting. My kidneys, I figured it felt like my kidneys. I thought I had a UTI. Simple UTI, something I've had in the past. So I treated it as a UTI. It wasn't anything big, it's just mild pain. So, you know, I drank a lot of fluids, cranberry juice, and once I finished my shift that day, I had dinner with a couple of coworkers, and it started getting worse. It started getting worse. The pain, yes. And I couldn't even eat, so I decided to go home. You know, as I hugged some of them goodbye, one of them told me, "Karen, you're so warm." And I said, "Really? I don't even feel it." He said, "You're burning up right now." And I said, "Wow." You know, I tried to check myself. I said, "Oh, wow, I can't feel it."
So you had fever?
Yeah, I had a fever, but
You didn't feel like you were sick?
No, I had no chills, nothing. It was just the lower back pain.
Okay.
The pain was so getting worse at that time that I didn't care about anything else.
And because you were a nurse, you had an idea what it was about.
Right. I diagnosed myself, which is what a lot of healthcare workers and nurses do. We diagnose ourselves.
What was it?
So I diagnosed myself as having a UTI.
Okay.
And that's why I had a fever. You know, it was just getting a little worse infection. So I went home and I lied down and I ended up falling asleep till the next afternoon. So this was Thursday afternoon now. I woke up and I was still feeling bad. So at this point, I'm thinking I have a fever, other flu perhaps, because now I have more body aches and still my kidneys were hurting. So I decided to take a shower because I was really hot. I took a shower. You know, sometimes you feel better after, but I still felt horrible after I took a shower. I took some Motrin to try to ease the pain. It didn't help either. But I fell back asleep until nighttime.
Wow.
So I woke up probably 8 or 9 at night. And then I tried to use the restroom because I had to go. So I tried to use the restroom, but I couldn't urinate. And I felt my bladder. It was full. I drank a lot of fluid since yesterday.
You must have been in so much pain by this point.
Actually, the pain subsided, but it was mostly body aches all over, and it wasn't just my kidneys. So I figured maybe it's the UTI that, or maybe I just,
that explains it, because you can't urinate, maybe UTI,
Right. And so I tried to pee, and I said, okay, well, maybe I just can't go right now. Foolish of me. So I just said, okay, I'm going to rest again. I sat on my couch, watched TV for a while, and this was probably 5 or 10 minutes later. I had uncontrollable diarrhea. I didn't even feel it coming. It just came. And this time I was getting obviously worried. What's happening? I didn't even feel it coming. So, you know, I tried to clean it up, and then after that I said, oh, I feel tired. I'm going to rest. I tried to rest on my bed. People were texting me. I couldn't fall asleep. I tried to sleep it off, but I just couldn't. Something kept on telling me to wake up. Wake up, don't fall asleep. And then once I stood up, I was very short of breath. And that's when I said, okay, I got to go to the hospital. Something's wrong. So I called my mom. I didn't want to call 911. I didn't want to be alone. I called my mom. I said, Mom, I'm really sick. You have to come here. My mom lives in West Covina at the time, and I lived in LA, in Hollywood area. So she drove. And this was midnight already of that night. And what it normally would have taken her 30 minutes actually took her about an hour because the freeways only had like 2 lanes opened. Yeah, so I was waiting for her, and I said, okay, I'll wait for you downstairs. Call me when you're nearby. So this was about 45 minutes, and then I decided, okay, I don't have any, my feet were cold.
Okay.
That was another sign. My feet were really cold.
Okay.
And I tried to feel it. I said, oh my gosh, they're really cold. So I wanted to put socks on.
Okay.
When I bent over, my neck was so stiff. I couldn't at all.
Okay.
I couldn't at all. And, as a nurse, the first thing I thought was meningitis.
Okay. We are going to talk about meningitis and how that disease, illness, changed Karen's life and how it could change yours. And earlier I talked about that this was going to be a story of love as well, because the love of a mom. And I'm already very touched because I know my parents, I call on them a lot as well. Every little thing I call on them. And we're going to be learning more about the disease, more about the support that you have, more about rebuilding, and also a story of hope. When we return on the show, don't go away.